Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone doing? Welcome to another FiatLeak live stream. It is January 16th, Tuesday, and I am here with Octo. How are you, Octo?
Hi. Hello. I'm good. Very good.
Doing great, great, great. And as always, I'm your host, Danny DeBrito, and we got a lot of news to go over today. A lot of news, and it's kind of all over the place, and it has to do with a bunch of different projects. But today we're going to go ahead and start with XRP. As you can see, I have the map loaded over here. But before we get to the news, we'll just touch base on some things that we have going on. On Tangled.com, we have a bet that just closed, which is for the price of Bitcoin. And it says, will Bitcoin be above or below 49,000 on Wednesday, January 17th at midnight? And looks like the bets must be placed by Sunday. So that was yesterday. So we have about, it looks like based on the total amount of Millix here, that is 10 people. 10 people successfully betted. And being that the price of Bitcoin, last I checked, was south of $43,000, it's going to be quite a uphill battle to get to 49, I would say. So it seems like the majority are saying below here. But we will announce the winners tomorrow. And good luck to all of you. And if for some reason it goes above, there's going to be some pretty handsome wins for a select
Some good
few.
payouts, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe I missed the deadline to put in my bet.
Yeah, I totally missed it too. Apparently. Yeah, but shucks.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? But yeah, and remember, guys, all the news that we go over here on this show, you can find at FiatLeak.com. Just scroll down below the map. You'll see all the news. If you see here, I'll scroll down, and you'll get all the latest news for the currency map that you are looking at. And know that at the end of the stream, we're going to be spinning the wheel as always, so you'll have your chance to earn some Millix if you stick around. We will do a call to action midway through the stream, asking all of you to add your Tangled username to the YouTube chat. Once you do that, we'll start entering your name in the wheel, and we'll spin the wheel at the end. And yeah, we look forward to that. And just a quick shout out to everyone that has joined us. We appreciate you joining us today. We have Narone, Muhammad Ali, Ismail Avki. We got Price Givens, co-founder of Millix, in the house. We have Seattle John from Seattle. And a bunch of other familiar faces like Russelli. We have Sports World, a.k.a. Dabs, SJHW. Hello to all of you guys, and thanks again. So, Octo, let's jump right into the XRP news. I'm going to read the first one off, and then I would love your feedback and take on this. So, Ripple CTO sets record straight after failed XRP hack. Responding to the recent failed Bitfinex exploit, Ripple CTO says the XRP ledger is secure while blasting sensational reporting. Cryptocurrency hacks remain an unchecked plague. Oh, I see what's happening here. I have all my text cut in half. That's why I missed certain words. Cryptocurrency hacks remain an unchecked plague on the industry, with 160 successful attacks in 2023, netting thieves nearly $1.7 billion in stolen funds. However, January 14th saw cybercriminals fail in their attempt to exploit the Bitfinex exchange via XRP Ledger's partial payments feature. Regarding the attack, Ripple CTO David Schwartz maintained that the XRP ledger is not inherently flawed or vulnerable. Schwartz moved swiftly to shut down rumors in a recent tweet that XRP ledger is inherently flawed or that billions in XRP were ever at risk. The Ripple CTO stated that the partial payments feature is a standard and secure financial tool, and that media coverage of billions of XRP moved was misleading, sensationalism, as the amount transferred amounted to just a few cents. Yeah, well, we see a lot of sensationalism in the news, people just hungry to break something,
Absolutely.
you know, and
Yeah.
that seems to be a lot of times with these exchange exploits. It tends to be an exchange exploit and not a protocol exploit, right?
That's right. Yeah. This one again, I think it was a news just about writing a big number. In fact, 25 billion XRP. It's literally half of what's in circulation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well,
Oh,
there's
wow.
100 billions in total. Half of it is held by XRP, so there's about 50 billion in circulation. So 25 will literally be half of what's in circulation. And this, yeah, so-called exploit, as the CTO was explaining, it was, yeah, it's not really down to the protocol. The partial transaction, it's a feature of XRP, and the exploit was it literally amounted to a few cents, yeah, and it was immediately blocked by Bitfinex, which is where it was happening in, and yeah, that was it.
And it didn't seem
Technically,
to move the needle too much in the price, the market price, when that happened.
no,
So
I think the news from David Schwartz dismissing this attack. I mean, saying that it didn't really bring any profit to the hackers or whoever did this exploit. It came fairly quick, and so there wasn't a lot of FUD coming from this news, which came in 2-3 forms. I've seen it in a couple of different, crypto spaces for news. And when you're talking about an attack potentially be worth around $15 billion, because with the price at the moment, 25 billion XRP is about $15 billion.
insane.
It does make the news. It does make you think, but yeah, not
For
much came of
sure.
it price wise.
Yeah.
And
So
yeah,
yeah, I'm glad the CTO is vocal about news like this, and that they can and feel free to respond to such news because a lot of the market price is speculated based on emotions and sentiment based on the news, and
and
a
news,
lot of
yeah,
people
exactly.
are unfortunately they tend to just read the headlines and maybe some sub headlines, but they won't go further than that. They won't dig in, and so it's important to put things on record, and it's good for crypto. It's good for the industry when the people behind the projects come out and clarify things. So that's very good. I'm happy you did that.
Yeah.
Now, at
And also,
the go
you
ahead.
can tell. I mean, I like his tweets because normally when he comes out and say things, it's merely about the technical side of things. So
Sure.
there's not too much politic behind it,
Mm-hmm.
or not as much as if the news was coming from the CEO.
Right. Right.
Brad was coming out to say things like that. It would have to take in consideration more the political side of things.
Yeah, which is
When
more
David
of the
Schwartz,
CEO.
it's a proper nerd, and it comes out and tells
Yeah.
you what.
Exactly. There's a sense of security when you hear it from the mouth of a nerd versus a figurehead, right?
Yeah, yeah, I
So
do like him.
for sure. Yeah, he's cool. He's an interesting character, but one that definitely commands more respect, in my opinion, than someone like Charles Hoskinson, which no disrespect to him. I think he's just oversaturated himself. We will have some interesting Cardano news later in this stream, but until then, let's move on for some more XRP news. So it looks like Grayscale updates their portfolio. They actually drop Matic and they add XRP. And an AI altcoin pre-sale close to hitting $3 million. I believe that's also this coin in this headline here is also part of their portfolio. So let's read into this. In the latest review of weights in 3 of its crypto funds. Grayscale added Ripple XRP and removed Polygon Matic, while one of the AI altcoins, ROE, of Burrow Finance, is almost hitting 3 million in its pre-sale. Grayscale, the asset manager, has rebalanced 3 of its tokens in its quarterly review and adjustment of weightings in its funds. These updates are often done to optimize the performance of the funds, looking at investment objectives, prevailing market conditions, and risk assessments. So, this article goes on and provides you with a list of the tokens that they added and the allocation of them. And I'll skip down to the new composition. Is Bitcoin at 69.15%, so it's the majority. Ethereum at 21.9%. Then third place with the allocation is 3.6.5 Solana, followed by XRP at 2.54, Cardano at 1.62, and Avalanche at 1.14. Yep. So the rebalancing saw Matic removed from the GDLC fund. So interesting news about that.
Yeah, I wonder if it's being replaced in percentage, like if they had like about 2.5%, like now XRP allocation is, if it was anything more. Kind of a strange move.
Strange move, yeah.
Slightly strange move, considering what they're keeping in place of Matic. I mean, XRP, yes, it does make sense. I mean, chart, they have almost, the top 10 by market cap chart covered with this.
This is a grayscale fund. You know what I mean? Their objective is to, gain. And even though Matic, this should not be a reflection of Polygon's project as on a technical level. I think it's simply in a market perspective, right?
I think so, yeah. But still picking ADA over Matic, I don't know how much of a good investment move it was, especially considering the articles we're about to read in a while.
Well, tell me this, because you're a little bit more clued up on the charts here. Tell me, this last month, I know there was a lot of positive market news for Cardano. Was there an equivalent parallels with the performance of Matic?
There was a lot less news regarding Polygon than Cardano, for sure, in the last few months. Well, in the last almost year. Price-wise, it has reflected, I think, as much in both of them. I mean, Matic has been struggling to get back to around $1 for quite a while now. It was fairly close a little while ago. But now it's lingering around the 85 cents. When Cardano has seen a little bit of movement, but again, the amount of news did not match the gains taken by the coin, in my opinion.
There really wasn't any news to justify any sort of movement that we saw.
Again, a lot of the news that I've been seeing about Cardano, it all kind of fell into the PR category for me. Mm-hmm. I still don't know what it does and what the use case is compared to a lot of, I do know what it does, more or less, but it is kind of like a copy of many other coins in a way. I don't want to be disrespectful, but I don't see anything special about it technically. So, yeah.
I mean, it's like another offset from Ethereum. One of the founding members.
It is, yeah. Although you could argue,
off and started Cardano. Same with Polkadot. So they have the same kind of fundamentals, intentions, aspirations as let's say Ethereum, their big brother, let's say, and they spawned off and started their own project.
The same could be said for Matic as well, because technically it is a copy or replacement. It is kind of a better replacement for Ethereum in many ways. Mm-hmm. It was made with that purpose. When Cardano didn't really come out because it was an improvement on something that Ethereum is, in my opinion.
I think from Charles' perspective, there were fundamental differences he had with the Ethereum project, which compelled him to create Cardano. So, funny enough, if you're saying it's
Yeah,
not different, where I think that was his intention and maybe driven
we are
by his
different.
ego a little
Yeah.
bit.
That is a way. I mean, it was playing a big role in smart contracts, as much as Ethereum was a big part of the whole DeFi world.
Yeah,
And yeah, I guess it is. It can compete with it in the terms of fees.
sure, sure, yeah, well, absolutely, yeah. I mean, that's definitely one of the, as bad of of a characteristic or feature of Ethereum fees. As bad as it is, it's amazing that it doesn't deter the popularity of the Ethereum network. They're
Yeah,
still basically number two. You know what I mean?
it still is a big starting point for a lot of new projects. It's very
Mm-hmm.
easy to make a new token over the Ethereum chain,
Mm-hmm.
and it is a good starting point for a lot of projects.
It
After
is.
which, the serious ones, they do start designing and moving the project over their own blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of them don't
Get their
really
start. Yeah.
need to do that. Yeah, once they get enough popularity to just keep going and create large volumes, they will stay on the ERC20 and enjoy what comes with it.
True, and the association doesn't hurt. So, guys, if you noticed, I stretched out the FiatLeak map, so it's part of the background of the chat. Now,
Oh
that was
yeah,
an accident. I thought it was kind of cool, and let me know in the chat if it's cool or not. And if it's not, I'll put it back to the way it was. Um, so there is a little bit of a segue of news, and it has to do with Solana. But Ripple and XRP in particular is mentioned in the news. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll down here on my sheet here. Hong Kong's crypto index drops XRP for Solana. What's behind the decision? So, Hong Kong Virtual Asset Consortium, HKVAC, has implemented significant changes to its primary cryptocurrency index, opting to exclude XRP from the top 5 large cryptocurrency index and introducing Solana as its replacement. The HKVAC, known for providing ratings of digital assets, trading platforms, and crypto market indexes, announced the removal of Ripple's XRP from its top 5 global crypto index. Solana, the high performance blockchain platform, will take its place. However, the index rebalancing is set to be effective from January 19th, 2024. While the HKVAC's index generally reflects the world's crypto ranking by market cap, the agency considers multiple factors in its rebalancing decisions. The key criteria includes market valuation, investability, and liquidity. These considerations aim to provide a comprehensive evaluation of each digital asset's standing in the market. Another interesting move. So we just talked about, XRP being replaced by Matic on Grayscale, and now Hong Kong's crypto
yeah.
index dropping XRP for Solana. So is there
So
any
yeah,
coordination here, or is this just a coincidence?
so one is adopting XRP, the other one is dropping it for Solana.
That's what it was. Right.
Yeah, I don't get that. The reasoning behind it, apart from I think
Movement.
a latest boom in popularity for Solana
Mm-hmm.
because of various reasons, including the meme coin and the launch of all the airdrops they are doing, still ongoing. Other than that, I don't know if there's something to do with where it is originated. as we were talking about before, I mean, Solana, it is kind of a Russian project. When XRP, it is more of an American one originally.
That's a
And
great point, Octo. It really is a great point. And being that Hong Kong is a proxy to the Chinese
yeah,
government, and China does business with Russia more so in bed with them on a political level than they are with the U.S. There could be something there, especially being that China's hand more likely than not has its hand in this company in Hong Kong, being that it's a capital proxy to China.
possibly, yeah. I mean,
Interesting.
as versatility of the coin itself, I guess there are some things that they could do with Solana that maybe they couldn't with XRP. But I don't know if that would be, the reason behind this move. I don't know the company well enough to see what they could try and gain from this.
Octo, real quick, I'm seeing on the chat here that King555 says that there is a problem with the sound on the stream, and that they're hearing
Oh,
double. Is anybody else? I think he says he thinks it's there. Is anybody else having sound issues? Let us know in the chat. Yeah, in regards to portfolios and all that, individuals and institutions alike are always going to make adjustments, make moves, and it's going to cause headlines, and it could be something very innocent of their decision making and nothing nefarious or deeper, and it might just be just that.
yeah. It could be that they've been reading the news and they go, okay, let's go with who's more popular at the moment.
Yeah, let's make some profits this
I mean, we
quarter
see some
because our shareholders are watching.
we see some big investors making moves based on the news coming from people that haven't got a clue about cryptocurrency
Yeah.
very often. So it wouldn't be surprising.
Wouldn't be surprised at all as well. And I've seen worse. Now, before we move on to other news outside of XRP, Octo, I see your attire today has Ripple written on the front of it. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. There's no specific reason why I put it on today, except it's a very nice and comfy hoodie that I bought, I don't know, 5, 6 years, 7 years ago. It is a fifth anniversary of Ripple hoodie
That's
that I've
cool.
had for quite a long time, and I do wear it from time to time.
I wonder if it's appreciating in value. I would assume it is, especially that
It
you're
is.
wearing it.
It's showing my affection for Ripple and my diamond hands in respect to holding it since about 10 years now, holding some Ripple for quite a while, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Now I was just reading the chat here, and this we have a user that always mentions things that don't make too much sense, so I can't get too distracted there. I'm playing producer, host, it's a little bit of a juggle here. So anyways, let's see what else we got. Let's move on to Big Daddy Bitcoin and see what's going on in the world of Bitcoin. So the one on the top here that I have is first and foremost, I'm glad to see Bitcoin north of $43,000. We've been kind of chilling at 42,000 for the last 72 hours, I think.
Yeah,
nice.
since the weekend, yeah, there has been a bit of a correction going below 42, and then it's slowly making its way back up to 43.
Nice.
Just before this stream, it went back down to 42. I mean, it dropped 1,000 in one very swift candle.
I see. Yeah,
but recovered
sharp.
immediately. immediately went over 43.2, almost 43.3.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of buy orders got fulfilled, right? Once they hit that
There
bottom.
was, there was a few, literally a couple of 5 minutes candles that made it drop about $1,000, but recovered very quick. So I suppose there was some fairly large order, sell and buy, a
Hmm.
quick pump and dump, or dump and pump in this occasion, for
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah, people
That
don't
did
pay enough
coincide.
more attention to the dump and pumps. They only think about the pump and
Yeah,
dumps. But there's a method to the dump and pump.
absolutely. I think this one, though, it just coincided with the time. I believe it started around 3 1500 UTC, which is when some US market opens. 2 o'clock here, it's about 10 a.m. over there, 10 a.m.
It is 10:48 right now.
In some markets, they do open at 9 a.m. So 10, maybe
Yeah, well,
somebody is playing with these CTFs
oh, sure. I
that
mean,
they
look,
started entering the
generally
game.
speaking, today is a green day based on the market summary. We have 58 gainers, 9 losers. So I
Yeah,
project some more upside throughout the day, which is a good thing.
yeah, it's been a slow beginning of the week. As
Yeah.
I say, in general, I mean, the day, was it Friday, the day the ETFs entered the market, uh, there was the total crypto market cap, it was around 1.85 trillion. And just over the weekend, including Monday, yesterday, we saw a drop of about 100 billion below that level. So
Those numbers.
there has been some sell-offs. There has been a little bit of sort of downtrend for a few days, and picking up again by Tuesday. It's a good sign.
It's a great sign. Yeah. And
See Phantom on the top of the list at the
yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
And
That
they
means
and they're a DAG, right? Or they kind of dance in the between a DAG and a blockchain, I believe, or something like that. I think they were one of those like you kind of mentioned earlier on, Octo, about a project
it
that gets
started on
it. They're
ERC20, yeah,
exactly correct.
and then it developed their own blockchain,
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of ones do.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it is sort of coming off of a bottom.
True.
It could be, yeah, looking at a reversal,
I
which
see.
is good for Phantom.
Sure.
There's been another fairly silent one for the last few months, similar to Matic, although it is involved in a lot of DeFi projects and smart contracts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
As
that's
in the last
definitely
few
one to look
months,
out for.
yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
They had some rocky times because of CEO left last year. There was
Mm-hmm.
a few things happening around the project, but it did keep going,
Yeah, the crypto
especially
winter didn't
after.
help either.
Yeah,
So let's dive right into some Bitcoin news. So, we're about a week or so, right, since the ETF news broke, if I recall
it's less. Yeah,
correctly.
it's
So,
only like 3 trading
yeah,
days,
yeah. So,
considering the weekend it's closed.
yeah, exactly. So institutions pour $1,118,000,000 in capital into crypto markets amid Bitcoin ETF launch. Digital assets manager CoinShares says institutions are buying into Bitcoin and crypto by the billions in the wake of last week's landmark spot BTC exchange traded fund approval. In its latest digital asset fund flows report, CoinShares finds that BTC investment products dominated 1.18 billion in inflows last week after the spot BTC ETF approval from the United States Securities and Exchange Commission. Well, no surprise, but I
Yeah,
just love hearing massive numbers like that.
I think it was still below what was expected. There was talks of an inflow in the first day. Was supposed to be around the 3.5, 4.5 billion.
Yeah.
Now that we actually saw what's going on, seeing 1 point
But
something billion,
is this
it's not bad.
exclusively to institutions, or is this are they
It is the
bundling?
actual ETFs being traded by
Yeah.
those 11 companies that did file for ETFs.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we had high
BlackRock,
hopes, but I think the
Grayscale.
fact that we are introducing over a billion into this, I mean, that's still great news to me. But yeah,
It
expectations
is,
were
yeah,
extremely high.
it's good. Although I think part of it still comes from what were considered retail traders before. They just shifted the platform they traded on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got to give Price some credit here. Last week we posted a little YouTube short, and Price had a very unpopular opinion at the time, but the price is right. Once again, he said he was not smitten by all this ETF news. He didn't think it really mattered or it was going to really do anything to move the needle in the long term because the fundamentals aren't changed. Nothing applies to the fundamentals of Bitcoin. And if you wanted to get into Bitcoin, you had many, many years to get into it. You don't need an ETF to get into Bitcoin. And then Price's wisdom proves, at least at this point in time, very much correct. It's still good for Bitcoin as far as maybe accessibility to a certain class of investors out there, but in the macro, I he couldn't be more right in my opinion.
yeah. I think it's always it's a good sense of confidence. It gives more confidence to every trader that deals with cryptocurrency.
Yes,
Seeing,
true.
Bitcoin
Confidence.
entering the stock market and institutions playing with it, it's a good sign.
It is. It is. It's getting institutionalized. It's
Yeah,
becoming
volumes
part.
is nothing to scream about, in my opinion,
Yep.
because even today that we are less
Listen.
than half of what it was last weekend. The trading volumes for Bitcoin is around 30 billion the last 24 hours. When we topped around 85 billion, I think Friday. So it's still a little bit uncertain, and you can see that on the price action.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, institutional
current
investors tend to
level.
be a little bit more trepidatious with their moves. They're
But
not. I think
testing
it'll
the
take a little more
market,
time.
yeah, I think a
Testing
lot of
exactly.
it's testing the market, and the small correction that we had, it's nothing unusual either,
Yeah.
considering there's been quite a few hundreds of millions entering and exiting the market in the last few days.
Well, here
It's,
our next news item says Bitcoin daily RSI hits 4 month low, with BTC price still up 70%. So BTC price action was at 25,000 the last time the daily RSI was as low as this week. Bitcoin is rapidly headed for an oversold territory despite still trading above 40,000 in the latest data that they have. So BTC price performance suffered a 15% drop after the launch of the United States' first spot Bitcoin exchange traded funds and has so far struggled to bounce back. So this kind of touches a little bit on what you're saying here. What's your take on this, Octo, about the 4 month low RSI?
yeah, well, the key word it's daily, the daily RSI. So you're looking at one
Yes.
day candles, and the daily RSI, as I'm looking at the chart on a daily time frame. Yeah, it is every chart and every market moves with ups and downs. Okay, this is just one of the downs
Mm-hmm.
that happens, and having a daily RSI at this level with the price uh, more than double what it was at the beginning of last year. It is
Yeah.
just to me, it's just an indicator of of a reversal. It could carry on for another short while on being on a low RSI like that, and then it will just flip and start going up, making for another few days of uptrend. By the look of it, probably all the way up to 50,000. I mean, if you're looking at the chart, looking at a daily chart, it is almost a 45-degree raising chart, which is beautiful. And this, I can see there has been 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 red daily candles, and we're already the second day into recovery from that. So yeah, it did hit a low, but that was over the weekend. I think now it's already gone over that.
So,
it's already past it.
So we'll have some smooth, sunny weather for the next day or two?
I think the few days on this week, they're going to be green, purely looking at the charts and seeing as is the first full week that's been played with the ETFs as well. I think they will create enough volume for the price action to be on the positive side of 40 for sure.
Yeah,
I didn't see too much liquidity entering the leveraged markets, leverage trading. So there is still this, kind of uncertainty because the news was kind of promoting a higher price than what we are seeing at the moment on Bitcoin. So there's still a bit of uncertainty here and there. I've seen some fairly large bets on that were made when Bitcoin last week reached almost 49,000. There is a couple of key points at 45 and 48 and a half where there are a few hundreds of millions in liquidity. Just in leverage positions.
I was going to ask you, do you think Bitcoin can hit 46,000 US dollars by the end of this week? Or do you think we're going to be teetering south of that?
I think 46 is definitely in the cards. 45, yeah. The end of this week, there's still 4 trading days away.
Possible, right?
I think it could be in the region between 45 and 46. Purely looking at the chart, yes. Great. And I think with everything going on in the market, it is a possibility.
Great.
As easy as it was from going from 49 to 41.
I've noticed a trend that just a lot of, generally speaking here, like when big news items for releases, whether it's an ETF or a high-profile listing, it's always followed by 2-3 days of just like blood on the ground. I have a few memories in mind. One is very random, but when Cardano was anticipated forever to list on Coinbase, and it finally did, and man, it just as soon an hour before it listed, it just tanked, and a lot of people got liquidated from their leveraged positions, and I think a lot of that had to do with leverage trades. But I don't know, I just feel like people hype things up so much, and then people on the other side take full advantage of that euphoria, so to speak, and they just
I think it's true.
Pump.
There's still a lot of FOMO there, but I think there's a lot more people playing with crypto that have learned how and when to take a bit of profit, because that's part of the game.
For sure.
I think a few years ago it was just everybody loved to get into crypto. You need to learn to take profits as well, not just getting wrecked. And after getting wrecked once or twice, you do understand that when you see Bitcoin at close to 49,000 after a long time below that price, some people will learn to take profit.
Yeah, because the come down is real.
Yeah, and it is unavoidable in most cases.
Yeah. Dab
Everybody
says,
was
buy the
hoping
rumor and sell the news. I love that saying.
absolutely, yeah. I was just going to say that. In fact, everybody started to learn to capitalize on the fact of these ETFs has been pumped and talked about forever until it actually happened. So it was something that we were all waiting for. Let's see this enter in the market. Let's see Bitcoin pump, and let's take a bit of profit when it's at the moment where it was easier to call the top of the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. So real quick, guys, since we hit the 45-minute mark on this stream, I can't believe it. Time's just flying. Go ahead and add your usernames to the YouTube chat now. Add your Tangled usernames to the YouTube chat now, and we will start compiling the names. SJHW, if you're live, I would surely appreciate your assistance, but it's okay if you're not around. Anybody else who wants to do it, first one to hit me up. If you're not SJHW, I will send you a nice tip of Millix on Tangle.com. But SJHW, you always get first choice. So anyways, go ahead, Gaka.
Oh, yeah, no, people could actually go and write it, like you said, it's like we did last time. Although
I actually never ended up tipping MRLL55 and Metal Pack on the last one, which I will tip you guys because they were left out of the wheel in the last show we had. But what I'll do is I'll do a last call. Before I spin, I will make sure we stop what we're doing. We do a last call. There's about a 20-second lag from the moment that we say something, and you guys see it on YouTube and Twitter. So I'll make sure to wait 20 seconds, get everybody's name, and then we will spin that wheel. And I have 15 places on the wheel. But depending on the viewership of this show today, I might bring it down to 10. So it's a little more challenging. Also, another public service announcement right now is if you can, like this video on YouTube, share it and heart it on X, comment later, and tell a friend about FiatLeak. This is a show we do twice a week, and I personally find it very informative, and I'm the host here, so maybe I'm a little biased. But make sure to like, subscribe, and do all them things, to engage with us so we can, maybe get acknowledged by the algorithm lords out there. But Octo, should we jump back into some more fun news? We have so much news to go over. We may not get to all of it today, but I'm going to let you decide, Octo. We have Cardano. We have Venezuela. We have Doge. We have Solana, which we already did, and we have Polygon, we have Shiba Inu, and we have HBAR. Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
I think the ADA news was the only, well, not the only, but the other ones, the only interesting one. The other ones we have kind of touched. I mean, the Shiba Inu news, it's about the burning, the biggest burning ever, which already happened last week.
Cool, bro.
And Polygon we talked about. ADA, it was interesting, that news that you were referring to, because
it's interesting because we have two takes from it. We have the initial news report, and then we have Charles' response.
It's a FUD news, what was it by?
It could be a farticle.
Well, yeah, but it was about, it was a news by
it says crypto research firm. Yeah. Crypto research firm says sell all your Cardano.
That's it.
And here's why. So K33 Research, a prominent entity in the cryptocurrency research sector, has released a scathing report on Cardano, sparking widespread discussion in the crypto community. The report bluntly advises investors to divest from Cardano, citing a lack of meaningful use for its native token, ADA. In a detailed examination, K33 Research asserts that the Cardano network suffers from a significant lack of practical application, which is essential for the inherent value of its native token. The report states a smart contract network needs meaningful use for its native token to have any value. The Cardano network, however, has no meaningful use or any credible track to get it, addressing the counter argument often presented by Cardano supporters regarding the network's daily transaction averaging around 90,000. The report argues that these do not equate to meaningful blockchain activity. The report further elaborates there's nothing else going on in the Cardano network than exchange transfers and the group of bag holders fabricating blockchain activity. Now, I just want to take a second to just give kudos to everyone involved in the Milix network, in the Milix ecosystem. We are such a sleeping giant, and full disclosure, I'm a core team member of the Milix Foundation, and I just want to say, if you haven't heard about Milix, look into it, milix.org. We have built so much throughout the years, taking our sweet time, building a robust ecosystem that has so much to offer and does so much more than a lot of these top market cap projects out there. Reason being, well, first and foremost, we do not accept any venture capitalist funding. We do everything from the ground up, and we're all about the ecosystem. We're all about the protocol. We're all about the fundamentals. We do not care about the hype. We do not care about anything that isn't real when it comes to the legitimacy of what we say. So if we said it, it's because we're doing it and it's live, not because we aspire or it's some sort of dream of ours. So we know that, in the long run, we will stand the test in time in comparison to a vast majority of the projects that are out there that are a lot of just hot air. I'm done with my rant. Octo, what do you think about this FOMO FUD news about Cardano?
Yeah, it's almost mean the way that this analyst decided to say, it doesn't have any use case, it's useless. So, all it does is transactions and smart contract, and well, that's kind of true for
yeah.
That's what crypto is all about in most cases. But
in most cases.
Yeah.
But they do aspire to have this whole robust ecosystem of applications and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I still haven't seen anything really take off that is comparable to the jubilation behind these massive bag holders.
Yeah. It's true. Every time something happened on the ADA ecosystem, it was never a major upgrade or some new change in direction or something technically advanced compared to somebody else or compared to what it was before.
Indeed.
But yeah, I think one of the biggest thing about Cardano, it's always been the connection with Kiss, Gene Simmons, and a lot of talk.
I remember that.
A lot of the talk around it, which is, it's kind of going back to what you were saying about Milix. Milix is something that has been built and it's got a lot of use case and a lot of different uses, in the large ecosystem, covering from NFT to anything else, like many other projects do. But the difference is that it basically talks for itself. I think the extent of the advertising that's going on Milix is what you said just before. We mentioned it sometimes in the live stream. There's not much.
It's not much, and there isn't enough effort in the eyes of many of us to get the word out. And
I think it feels it still has to grow and complete some of these, some of the parts of the ecosystem.
Right.
When a lot of other coins, what they do, a lot of other cryptos, they first announce, they make announcement, and a lot of talk about something that they're still building or they're still being built, and they hasn't, they want to see adoption before a use case.
Yeah.
And
that's not easy to be able to build first, and it's not cheap, to do. So, the fact that, we're putting all this effort in building it out before we really, go to town and promoting it, so to speak. We want for it to speak for itself, but we also want the ship to be unsinkable, so to speak.
To be tight, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
look at
yeah,
this.
totally.
I see the just optically based on the graph here on the Cardano map, it's almost identical to Bitcoin. The way it's moving, it dips at the same time Bitcoin dipped and corrected and went up, and then yeah. So we could talk about Charles' response if you want. So Cardano's founder addresses ADA FUD from pro research team. Cardano gets an aggressive welcome from prominent research firm which believes asset will face sell-off. Cardano's native token ADA has been the subject of a scathing report by prominent research firm K33, which suggests that the cryptocurrency is on a downward trajectory due to lack of meaningful activity. Okay, so we read all this. I did not add the part of his response, and I believe it's a tweet. So I'm pulling up the tweet now as it's loading. What did Charles have to say? Let's see. Let's see here. Responding to the claims, Charles Hoskinson, the founder of Cardano, dismissed the think tank with a terse "who? Never heard of them." Okay. This reply, however, did not sit well with everyone, leading to criticism from those who believe that such a response does not adequately address the concerns raised by K33. Critics urge Hoskinson to counter the report's points, highlighting K33's substantial outreach and influence in the research space. So let's see. Did he then? Man, I don't think he actually did a formal response. And you can look at it both ways. One is, don't give oxygen to such news. Or B,
exactly,
if they're reputable and they do have influence, maybe then it's worth it. But that's a very tight rope to walk on.
Yeah, it could be just, who is this K33? Never heard of it before, so I don't really care what he has to say.
Yeah.
And another reason could be, he is totally right. So there's not really much you can say about it to dismiss what he's saying. But looking at the chart, I mean, you kind of said it was very similar to Bitcoin. The ups and the downs, they do match, but one is still on an upward trajectory. The other one, it's on a downward trajectory, as described by the article. It definitely is skiing downhill. If you zoom out and you look at the sort of wider view, even on the 1 hour chart. Let's go on the 4 hour to have a better.
Octo, can I ask you a hypothetical?
Yeah.
If I gave you, or someone gave you $1,000 right now, and they say you can either put it into Dogecoin or Cardano, which one would you put it in?
I think Dogecoin.
Dogecoin, okay.
Yeah, I think it's in a point in its life where it is quite low, and it could still have the influential tweets and hype to make it go back to its all-time high. It's still kind of far from it, and it still has a fairly large, market cap for a meme coin. But being the oldest, and I think the top meme coin by market cap, still to date, I think it still has the potential to grow more than Cardano would have. Quick look at Cardano, where it's at the moment in the charts. It's number 9. Dogecoin is not far from it. I mean, we are 19 billion for Cardano and 12 for Dogecoin. Though Doge at some point, it was almost 10 times as much.
Oh yeah, and I remember it was. Do you remember Doge to $1?
I think it was around. It was close to 70 cents. The ATH, which is it's a good 9x from now.
Oh yeah, Oh yeah. So if I were to pose the question that I just asked you to Grok, I suspect it would give me the same answer, because next news item is Elon Musk Grok names Dogecoin as the best cryptocurrency for Twitter. Grok, an AI tool developed by XAI, an Elon Musk-backed startup, believes that Dogecoin is the best cryptocurrency for X, formerly Twitter. Elon Musk's love affair with Dogecoin is well documented, with the billionaire investor almost single-handedly pushing the cryptocurrency into the limelight during the 2021 bull run. Elon Musk has also pushed for the integration of Dogecoin within his other businesses, including SpaceX and X, formerly Twitter. Efforts that have helped the cryptocurrency become one of the largest by market capitalization. Well, it's at 8 cents. Seems like a great price to buy in.
I think it's still loading up. There is some interesting news about it recently. They're gonna put an actual physical Dogecoin on the moon. Which
That happened.
something about.
That actually happened. Yeah. It's cool.
And there has been some controversial news about X and Dogecoin. It was first accepted as a payment method for various things. Then it was removed as a payment method. At some point, I remember a tweet by Elon Musk saying that quite recently they announced that X it's going to have its own payment infrastructure, so you can send and receive payments like you would with some other wallet.
Mm-hmm.
But a short while ago, again, there was an article about him saying that the coin used for this will not be Dogecoin. And you could buy your Tesla with Dogecoin at some point. Now you can't anymore. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I don't know what to believe about it.
I think a lot of it has some legal implications to it, too. Not to say that it's similar, but I just imagine companies at that scale, at that level, especially social media platforms in particular, when they introduce something after the fact, like Facebook had the issue with Libra, and they want to be in the crosshairs of the SEC and things like that. It just causes more headaches sometimes than needed. So they try to find alternatives. So the public narrative may be completely different than what they're doing in the background. And the fact that he has a history of saying one thing and then doing something else shortly after, it doesn't give much stock to what he says. Even though if we're gonna follow Dab's advice, you buy the rumor, you sell the news.
Yeah. I don't think in this case it might have something to do with the legality of, handling transactions of a certain level. I mean, Dogecoin moved to it's got its own blockchain and protocol, and it's already been involved in handling transactions related to fiat or purchases.
For sure.
So, yeah.
Interesting stuff. Now, I have another news item that I did want to touch on because I didn't fully read it, but I started, thinking of what are the possibilities for such a thing. Now, before we go into this, it's news regarding HBAR, aka Hedera. And Octo, let me ask you: are you familiar with this project, with this token?
Just a little bit.
Do you know if it's an ERC20 or is it actually its own chain?
HBAR, it's its own protocol. I'm pretty sure. Mm-hmm. I think it is comparable to something else. Not a coin.
Maybe Phantom or no? I get them mixed up. But guys, I'm going to give you all a 5-minute warning. In about 5 minutes, I would like to spin the wheel. So this is the last call for you to enter your usernames, your Tangled usernames, into the YouTube chat. Make sure you do that now because in about 5 minutes and counting, we will be starting the wheel spin. And so Octo, the news that I see here is well, there's actually two news items. Both are pretty interesting, I felt. But the first one I'm going to tackle here is MetaMask plugin connects Hedera network with 30 million monthly users. So the 30 million monthly users are definitely the people that use MetaMask. So if they plug in the Hedera network, that clearly means that they have their own protocol, right? Their own chain. So
yeah, it's a hash graph. Yeah, the Hedera hash graph network.
Right.
That's now ERC20 is on.
So I'm going to preface what I'm curious about here is that, clearly Milix has its own network. So I'm wondering if this Snaps plugin, which I'm about to read about, could be something that Milix could look into. So here we go. The MetaMask Snaps plugin, which provides access to the popular MetaMask wallet's 30 million monthly active users, is now available on the open source proof of stake network Hedera. This Hedera Wallet Snap plugin, built by Tomb Technologies, enables developers, companies, and individuals to enjoy new benefits beyond MetaMask's native features, said the press release. Developers can now integrate Hedera's functionality into MetaMask-based applications. Donald Bollers, founder and CEO of Tomb Technologies, told Crypto News that the prevailing market conditions provide a significant validation of the enduring presence of decentralized technologies powered by distributed ledger technology, DLT. So, yeah, I was not familiar with this MetaMask Snaps plugin, and I want to look into this and see if there's any use case for Milix there.
Well, yeah, at the moment, I think it's only the wrap Milix that can be run over a certain protocol on MetaMask.
Because it uses the Ethereum network.
Yeah, the ERC20, so yeah, the Ethereum mainnet.
Yeah.
Although I believe you could still be using it. Well, no, that's just for exchanging the Polygon USDC. That can be handled by MetaMask as well.
Yes.
Once exchanged on Tangled, for example, on the exchange.
Sure. Right.
Yeah. HBAR, yeah, it's... I think it's just a way, this new app you're talking about for MetaMask, it's a way to introduce basically a new chain like they have done in the past. Well, initially, there was only Ethereum chain on MetaMask, and then they started adding the Phantom chain, the Polygon one, and so many other ones.
Yeah, I'm very curious. Yeah, so they extend the functionality of MetaMask. Yeah, it's definitely. I'm looking at it now, the documentation. I'm definitely going to pass this along to Erickson and the team to take a look at with regards to Milix. See if this is something that we can do, because ideally, the reason why I'm interested in this, I would love it if users can, if holders of Milix can actually use MetaMask to hold Milix and not wrap Milix, and to be able to basically extend and expand the accessibility of Milix using this Web3 application. So very curious. I could be completely off my marker as far as what I'm interpreting this as.
It would be held in a wallet which is and normally when you hold something on MetaMask, it's basically assigned to the blockchain of whatever coin you're holding. So it is signed into a blockchain. When technically with Milix, we have a wallet on Tangled. You have it on the browser node. You have it on Milix.com. There is various places where it's held as a wallet. So I'm just thinking on MetaMask, where would it physically be? Because normally,
right,
it would be inside a blockchain, and Milix is not a blockchain.
No, so I'm wondering if there's a way that it could connect to
it could be integrated,
the DAG, but then again, you have to run a node. So it's not like MetaMask can run a node. So,
No,
so
that's the thing. Yeah,
yeah. So
I'm thinking, yeah, physically where it will be held if it was to be implemented on MetaMask in some
yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, we'll have
yeah.
to talk to Ericsson about this.
Yeah,
That
what exactly does the plugin offer that's not already there, and maybe that'll kind of open up. But yeah, you're bringing
at
up
the
a
moment,
very important point.
I think at the moment, yeah, this plugin it's offering the chance to integrate with something different than the standard mainnet chains that
Hmm.
already have there. And
Right.
in the case of HBAR, apparently it is a consortium of as many as 39 different organizations
Hmm. Oh,
um, with their own nodes as well. So yeah, there could be some similarities in the way that Milix work that could be interesting to explore. Because HBAR, as far as I know, I remember, there was a fairly big hype when it came out, and there's a lot of people into it, and there's a lot of people running nodes for HBAR, and it was one of those coins that, in my mental connection, it was just to do with DApps, and like some coins and some tokens, they are more into smart contract and things. HBAR was something about dApps, centralized applications to be built on their own chain.
I
So
see.
yeah, I think it's something to be explored because MetaMask it is a very common wallet and decentralized exchange, you can call it, depending on
Yeah.
where you're connecting it to.
I mean, it's definitely like the, you know, decentralized wallet, right?
Yeah,
I mean, there's other ones, but this is, I mean, MetaMask is like, the
I think it's
household
one of the
name.
biggest ones. Yeah, and it's one more compatible with a lot of protocols and a lot of coins that haven't joined or been listed on an exchange yet.
I would
But
like to give a quick shout out and a big congratulations to Roshni, aka Abid Hussein, who just informed everyone here that he is the proud father of a new baby girl, and it's his first child.
hey,
So congratulations, Rajni. We're also happy
oh
for
yeah,
you and your wife. And here's some new beginnings and for being a father. Congratulations, Rajni.
is this your first one?
It's his first. He had funny
Right.
enough, he shared with me like the week I found out that my wife was pregnant. He actually texted me saying, "Hey, sorry, things been crazy. I just found out my wife is pregnant." So it's been like a secret, but I'm happy to see that his wife just gave birth, and it's a baby girl, and it's great news, Rajni. We're all happy for you.
She's a,
Congratulations.
she's a January like myself. Good, I like that.
When's your birthday, Octo?
In a couple of weeks.
In a couple of weeks.
Oh, less
Okay.
than that. Let's
Octo
call it
Day. Get
in
ready
eight
for
days.
Octo Day, everybody.
In
Hashtag
Octo
Octo Day.
days. Yeah, in 8 days.
It's in 8 days, and Octo, it means eight. So should we do like something similar to Hanukkah, where we have 8 days of Octo celebrations? Better get to work, guys. Stay tuned for this on Tangle.com. We're gonna announce a new
Okay.
activity called 8 Days of Octo.
8 days of buying some crypto every day, and let's see which one it will be.
A
Actually,
calamari for all, says Dabs. That's hilarious.
I've been doing
Yeah.
that for a week.
Have you? So let's see
Yeah.
here. I am wondering if I was sent a list. I know Dab sent me a list, but it's hard for me to copy and paste the list he provided me. So I am going to give it one more minute in hopes that somebody's going to send me a list. If not, I will manually paste everyone's name, and I'll probably just start doing that now. And I could do it from the one that that's tough.
Okay, I think after you announced for everybody to write the names down, there was pretty much that's what everybody did. So that was good.
I mean,
A few late entries, but I
here,
think
how about this, guys? I'm going to go ahead and just do it. I'm going to take it from Jonathan Hernandez, who sent me. So, Jonathan, you will get the tip here. I'm going to start with all the way on the top, all the names. I'm going to go one by one. So, while I do this, everyone pay attention to the names that I'm adding. Make sure that I'm adding all the names. And Octo will
if you don't
keep
see
us.
yourself,
The what?
yeah, if you don't see yourself, shout out the name.
Yeah, exactly.
Put it in. Hey, are you and me gonna be in this?
I'd rather not be on it 'cause I don't really, care for. Oh, I think these names are wrong because there's two O's. Yeah, the way Jonathan sent me these names are a bit messed up. No offense, bro, but I'll just have to delete the extra names or the extra letters at the end. I guess Joker, but he didn't put an at, so I guess Joker. Yeah, I need these better formatted, or else it's gonna, yeah, like as you'll see here. And I know this isn't the most entertaining moment or segment in our.
It is part of the show, yeah.
But it is part of the show. If you want to earn, hold on, let's see what we got here.
Gotta put up with that.
Yeah.
What do I see?
Yeah, tell us, is there anything that we should be looking out for? Oof.
Well, to my pleasant, I was pleasantly surprised by Injective, which has been on the top 10 gainers a few weeks ago, and then sort of kind of chilled out a little bit. In the last few days, it's been one of the coins that I've been buying for quick day trading purposes. And yeah, it has been doing very good.
I have not really learned anything about that project. Have they been around for a while?
Yeah, it was going sort of, it was one of the coins that was pumping together with AVAX in the last few weeks when we were still having the Fantasy Trader on FiatLeak. Fantasy Trader portfolio. And it's something that has kind of, as I said, slowed down a little bit since then, and now picked up again. So it was a good buy for last week. Let's say that.
Okay.
I have been keeping my eyes and do a little bit of accumulation on Mina. Again, Mina, the world's smallest blockchain.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember you bringing them up.
The 22 kilobyte, yeah. And not long ago, it was below the 50, 60 cents, and now it's trading over $1.25, $1.26. So it has moved, and it's a zero knowledge ZK project that, in many ways, it goes hand in hand with Matic, and yeah, it's something that I've been playing with for a long time. I do like Mina.
Real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and delete all the ones that I did. SJHW actually just sent me the list, and it's formatted, so I'm just gonna go with that. I just need to make sure that he was added. He is added. Good. Okay. So I'm gonna butcher the names, but I'm gonna go through all the names, and if you weren't added, please let us know. Yes. So we have Price, Danny, Octo, Seattle John, Rusalis, Jonathan Hernandez, SJHW, Nerone, Ahmad Jawa, Princesses, Amjad Ali, ISO, Aquil Joe Kyo, Bora Ergel, King 555, Riaz Ali, Samuel Kuku, Felida, G Fabro 555, Joker, Musin Ayab, Parishe, MRLL 55, Fiaz Memon, Roshni, And that is it. If you don't see your name and you are currently on the chat, I will give you 60 seconds to add your name before we proceed forward. Let me count how many names that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. Octo, should we remove our names?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like such a... I want to give people a chance to...
Yeah, why not?
So I'm going to remove you. I'm going to remove me. I'm going to remove Price as well. Okay.
Yeah, even seen last week's wheel. Yeah, I think we got
Nice job with the names. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Joker. I can't believe I read them so fast and butchered them at the same time. Quick kill. Weapon of mass destruction over here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and spin the wheel, guys. I don't see any names. SHW, I got to thank you. And Jonathan Hernandez, thank you for the valiant effort. SHW, thank you very much for always coming through. Much appreciated. And I have 15 spots on the wheel here. And we're going to go ahead and continue and do this. So 120 million Millix, I believe, is what's up for grabs here. Or whatever the fee is. But that's quite a lot of Millix. We're sending it over. Let's make it nice on the screen here for you all to see. All right. Now, just for the sake of this, let me see if I can move this over. Whatever. Okay, guys. First prize for 1 million Millix.
Oh, wow, that's quite a lot of people. That's
I know. And it is none other than the Joker. Thank you, Joker, for being here. You just earned 1 million Millix as a thank you. Second prize for 2 million Millix. Who will it be? Let's see if we know this person. The Aquil Jokyo. Very familiar name. Can't put a face to it. Congratulations, 2 million Millix. For 3 million Millix, the prize will go to none other than SJHW. The as Octo called him, our favorite notary. Indeed, you are.
Yeah, official. Gotta make that badge.
I think I was about to say he needs a special notary badge. Let's get that going, guys. Let's cook it up. And then the metal god himself, MRLL55, just won 4 million Millix.
Wicked one. The
wicked one from West Virginia. Probably snowed in at the time of this stream. Fifth place, 5 million Millix. MRLL55, tell us how the weather is for you, if you're still with us. All right, congratulations, Nerone. Nerone, I believe, hails from Turkey. Congratulations, 5 million Millix to you, my friend. Now for the sixth prize for 6 million Millix. This prize will go to G Fabro 555. Congratulations. And a reminder to anyone who's watching this stream and you feel left out, all you need to do is go to tangle.com, sign up, join us at any one of these streams. We're always giving away Millix on stream and on tangle.com. So seventh place, Rusilise. She's a wonderful user on tangle.com. Great content. You deserve this. 7 million Millix. Congratulations. For the eighth prize, who will it be? None other than the plural, princesses. 8 million Millix. Congratulations. Curious name. Ninth prize, 9 million Millix. We're getting up there, guys. We're getting up there. It is the AI artist, the humanitarian, the Pacific Northwestern, Seattle John. Congratulations, sir. For 10 million Millix. Now we're getting into the, what is that, eight figures? The eight figures, dos comas. our South African queen, Felida. Congratulations for 10 million Millix. Well deserved.
Nice. Just mention the name and she happens to win.
Right?
That's good timing.
Good timing. 11th prize, my lucky number, is Fiaz Memon. Congratulations. 11 million Millix for you. Don't spend it all in one place. Now for the 12th prize.
I have a funny story about the number 11. The number 111, it happened to be my favorite number. I don't know if I ever shared this with you, because I know you always say about it being yours.
I see 111 a lot too, and I it's part of the family, I would say.
But the 111,
12 million. Congratulations. Go ahead.
That's prize. I gotta share this quick story. The very first year I was in England many years ago, the national lottery was a new thing. It literally just came out maybe the second year that I was here. I'm talking about almost 30 years ago. And one particular day, I never really believed in the lottery. I don't play it. I never did. I did maybe.
Congratulations, Bora. Ergo 14 million. Go ahead.
Maybe like 4 or 5 times in my whole life. But that one day I kept seeing 111 everywhere. I mean, there was a game show, the score was 111. I looked at the clock, it was 111. This 111, it came out so many times on that day. I was like, okay, I'm going to play the lottery. The national lottery here is about picking 6 numbers between 1 and 60 or something like that. So I thought, okay, I'm going to pick 1 because 111. I'm going to pick 3 because 111. The result came. Those 3 numbers, the 1, 3, and 11, were actually picked.
God, that's so incredible.
And it was unbelievable.
Did you win any money?
Pounds, yeah, with 3 numbers, if you get 3 out of 6, you get £10. Just fixed price. Well,
you got your money back, I'm sure, right? Was it?
Oh, yeah, I got my money back 10 times.
Nice, man. That's so cool. I love that. And
but it was such a crazy coincidence that
it was like the universe saying, like, do this, do this, do this.
Like 111, yeah.
And even really though it was just like £10, you never know, like, due to the butterfly effect, if that caused anything, you know?
Yeah, it was more about the fact that 1, 3, and 11 is the numbers that came out on that lottery draw. And
those are all very special numbers too, you know?
That's ridiculous.
Very special numbers.
Yeah.
Hey, Jonathan Hernandez, I am so happy that you got the biggest prize of 15 million Millix, because you made the effort to provide us a list, and you know, this is the universe paying you back. So thank you so much, Jonathan Hernandez. Thank you to everyone that stuck around for 1 hour and 28 minutes now. We greatly appreciate all of you for being loyal viewers. We recognize a lot of you on Tangle.com. Again, if you guys want to join in on these wheel spins, please go to Tangle.com, create an account, and connect with us there. You can find me at Danny.Tangle.com, or just search for Danny. You can connect with Octo by going to Octo.Tangle.com, or just searching Octo. Of course, if you want to go over any of the news that we touched on this stream today, just go to FiatLeak.com, scroll down in the news section. You'll find all the articles there in detail for everything that we discussed and some. And of course, FiatLeak is your best place to get the latest news, price action, and anything in between, guys. And again, thank you again for tuning in. We will be back on Friday, where we will hopefully be joined with not only Octo, but with Erickson and also Price, the usual suspects for our Friday show. Until then, I hope things stay green and happy and positive, and we will see you all Friday. Until then, cheers, everybody.